ESPN put out some rankings of quarterbacks. And I found the rankings disrespectful. And it's not because of where Russell Wilson was placed. Russell Wilson was 4th. That's probably appropriate. 1st, Patrick Mahomes. 2nd, Aaron Rodgers. I think you could make a case that Aaron Rodgers was better than Mahomes last year, but I would take Mahomes over Aaron Rodgers, age, etc. Tom Brady was 3. You guys know I love Tom Brady. Brady shouldn't be ahead of Russell Wilson in terms of what he still is as a quarterback. Brady is incredible for 43 years old. Some of the skills have diminished. I do not think that he has the same skills that at one point he actually was better than most of the NFL in. I don't think he's exactly as quick as he was in the pocket. I think that he's a little bit more turnover prone than he's been in years past. He had a really good year last year, don't get me wrong. I think, though, if we were to honestly evaluate both quarterbacks and where they're at this point in their careers, aren't you going to take Russell Wilson, 32, versus 43-year-old Tom Brady? The rankings get a little disrespectful after this. I get why Josh Allen is 5th. I think Josh Allen does need to prove that he can do it in a year where there are crowds. The Bills were really good when it comes to taking out blitzes, and we obviously saw that firsthand when the Seahawks played against the Bills last year. Remember all those blitzes that they had lined up and how disastrous it went for Seattle? Yikes. Now, they did figure their defense out after that game, but what's Josh Allen going to be like in a stadium that actually has fans in it? This is where the list gets disrespectful. Matt Stafford is 6th. 6th! That is disrespectful to Russell Wilson. That is disrespectful to everybody that's in the top 10. Matt Stafford's not better than Dak Prescott. Dominique Foxworth talked about that yesterday on ESPN.
I mean, cousin Dak is better than Matt Stafford. Like, let's be honest. I think we're doing a lot of projecting with Matt Stafford, and I understand how talented Matt Stafford is. We all agree, but Dak Prescott has been better. Dak Prescott's worst season, QBR, is far better than, I would say, we can get Himbo to check this out for me, but I think Dak's worst QBR is better than Matt Stafford's best QBR season. Like, Dak Prescott is a baller who, no matter what, is going to get underappreciated. I don't care that he's coming off an injury. Give me Dak Prescott. It's just one step, just one spot on the rankings. I think he should be a little bit high.
Can you believe we even have to say that? Dak Prescott is better than Matt Stafford. Dak Prescott has always been better than Matt Stafford. Dak Prescott can run. Dak Prescott's a good quarterback. And now, I said in the past that I would take Carson Wentz over Dak Prescott. I still like Carson Wentz a lot. I like what Carson Wentz can be over Matt Stafford. The Stafford entity, and this is something that in the old fantasy football league that I used to be in, there used to be a guy who would draft Matt Stafford every single year because of the statistics that he put up, and his team name would be Stafford Entity, like it was some sort of religion. The Stafford Entity that's been taking place this offseason needs to stop. Someone needs to get a fork and deflate this balloon. It is getting out of hand. And look, I'm not saying he's bad. I'm not. 6th in the NFL. What, because all of a sudden he's working with Sean McVay? That effect is that much? I'm more concerned with Stafford when it comes to the actual health and whether or not he's going to be competent in LA. I think he will be competent. But I just don't understand how all of a sudden, when he's never really been above 10 probably as far as quarterbacks in the NFL, I don't get how all of a sudden we're deciding, you know what, yeah, let's put Matt Stafford at 6. I mean, I get that the Deshaun Watson situation is a weird one right now, but Deshaun Watson's a much better quarterback than Matt Stafford is. Watson's not on this list. I don't know. Maybe it's because of all the legal proceedings or something like that. There's an expectation he might not play this year. But Deshaun Watson's coming off one of the best years of his career. These rankings continue. Lamar Jackson's at 8. Would you take Lamar Jackson or Matt Stafford? That is actually, I think, a tough question. Because with Lamar Jackson, you're not 100% sure what he's going to be able to do this coming season as a thrower. I think that Greg Roman's holding him back, his offensive coordinator. I can't believe that they kept him. Bad decision by John Harbaugh. Justin Herbert's at 9. I don't like that either. Let's see him win games, you know? Because I feel like Herbert's got some of the makings of the next Matt Stafford, where maybe he puts up a ton of statistics and he looks good and he's always keeping his team in the game, but they're not winning, and there's usually something involved with the quarterback when the team actually can't win on a regular basis. And at number 10 in these rankings, You've got Kyler Murray. Murray probably should be a little bit higher, but we got to see what Cliff Kingsbury is going to bring out of him. Some of the guys who did not make the top 10, Matt Ryan, Derek Carr. Derek Carr's honorable mention, second one out. I feel like the big problem is just putting Matt Stafford at 6. Would you take Justin Herbert or Matt Stafford? Yeah, I'm asking that question. We can't try to make this guy happen until he actually happens. Let's see him happen this year before we decide to put this crown on him. People are loving to do that with LA.